Hey guys, so this is another example of overlapping similar right triangles. So let's get right into it. And wait, let me just mention this, right? Like, this is not an easy topic. So if you feel like this is challenging, it's okay. Be in that discomfort for a while, right? Like, embrace it. Don't run away from it. You're not going to get anywhere by running away from it, right? It's going to come back. So please, like channel this challenge now, right? Like embrace this challenge now and don't run away. You got this. All right? So given right triangle ABC, we're reading the question now. Given right triangle ABC with altitude, again, key word, right? Altitude. Whenever you see altitude, let's write this down. Whenever you see the word altitude, think of / look for a 90-degree angle. All right. So the altitude BD is drawn to hypotenuse AC, right? And if AC is equal to 42 and DC is equal to 11, so this whole thing is equal to 42. The whole thing is equal to 42. And this part right here, I'm just trying to color code. This part right here, from D to C, that's 11. So if that's 11 and the whole thing is 42, what can we find at this point? You should notice, and hopefully you said we should be able to find AD, right? AD plus DC must give you the entire thing. So we just have to subtract 42 minus 11. And that's going to give us 31. So this blue part right here, AD, is 31. Let's just keep that in mind, okay? But what we're going to do is draw the triangle separately, just like we did in the previous question. So let's go ahead and do that, right? So we're going to draw this triangle, triangle BDC, right? Triangle BDC. So we're going to draw it. And again, it may not be exactly how it looks, but as long as it's close enough. This point right here is B. This point right here is D. And this point right here is C. All right, so now we know where the 90-degree angle is. We also know that this is 11, and we also know that this is X. All right, but remember, let's label the sides as short leg, long leg, hypotenuse, right? So what is BC going to be called? Give yourself a chance to figure it out. Okay, so hopefully you said hypotenuse, right? How do we know it's a hypotenuse? Because it's opposite the 90-degree angle, right? Directly across from the 90-degree angle, that's always your hypotenuse. All right. So the other DC, which is the where it says 11, that would be, sorry, let me erase that. Pardon me, y'all. But DC would be your short leg, right? So I'm going to write SL. And obviously, the last one is the last one, so that would be LL. All right. Cool. So now let's draw a triangle ADB. Triangle ADB, we're going to stand it up like we did the last time, right? So I'm going to draw it the same way we did the purple triangle. All right. So it's going to be A up top. So imagine that as being rotated, in other words, right? D and B. So we know that AD is 31. And we also know that that's all we know, right? We don't know anything else about any of the other sides in that triangle. But we could label it, right? This is your short leg. And this is our hypotenuse. And this is obviously going to be the long leg. And the last but not least, we're going to draw the big triangle. So let's put this in yellow. So we're going to draw the big triangle. And again, we're going to stand it up so that it looks like the same position as the other ones. And I'm sorry, I didn't put the 90-degree angle where D was. Cool. So now we're going to draw triangle ABC. Right? And this time, the 90-degree angle is at B, as in boy. Right? And we're going to stand up this triangle so that, you know, A is going to be right here and C is going to be right here. And if you look at it, right, like this entire triangle right here, this entire triangle, you should realize that this side right here, X, the one that's labeled X, is your shortest leg or your shortest side of that triangle. So that it should be pretty obvious that compared to the other two sides, that is your shortest. So that's why we're also, that gives us an opportunity to, you know, draw it the way we drew it, right? So if you're unsure, just visually look at it. So BC, we're calling that X, but that's also your short leg. Let's keep that in mind. AC, that's 42. And this is your hypotenuse. And AB, do we know AB? We don't. All right, so we're going to leave that blank. And they're asking for the length of BC, right? So we're going to look at which two triangles has BC in it. All right, and you might be wondering, well, will it always be like two triangles that we're going to choose from? More likely, or more than likely, yes, most of the time. It may be a multi-step question, but most of the time you're going to choose two triangles. So we're going to choose this triangle, BDC, because it has BC in it, and we're going to do ABC because it has BC in it. So we're going to do the ones that we know. So we know the hypotenuse and the short leg for both of them. So we can easily set something up like this. Hypotenuse over hypotenuse. I'm just making this up. You can create another proportion, but you could do hypotenuse over hypotenuse equal to short leg over short leg. The only thing is, if you do the left triangle over the right triangle, you have to do the left triangle over the right triangle on both sides. So in this case, we're going to do a X over 42, because hypotenuse divided by hypotenuse. And we're going to do now 11 over x. And now we're going to simply just cross multiply and solve it, right? This is where you're going to come in, and I want you to try to find the answer to this question, okay? So I want you to go ahead and solve this, and then when you're done, put your answer in Delta Math. Thank you guys for watching.